was home when you left. You're right. Your brother was home when you left. You're right. The dog was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Tony Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is December the 26th. We rise to a new dawn. We rise to an era of striving to understand who we are as a people and as a nation. We rise after the birth of Christ in 2020 to the remembrance of our own past with a peek into our future. Based on our lives today, I, as an educated Liberian, experienced, wise in age, am asking myself, after I leave, what hopes are there for a better Liberia and Liberian people? Because with my experience in my age, I only see doom, despair, and darkness based upon how I see my people living today, how I see my children thinking and behaving and taking their lives daily, and dealing with their ignorance, their uneducated lives, and their desires for better lives. Today is December 26, 2020. We got less than 7 more days for 2021. Are we ready? Are we prepared? As Liberian people, are we conscious? Aluta! Continue. Let me put my lesson up. My topics for today are: 1. What is considered family in the traditional Liberian settings? 2. Is my Ellen Johnson Sirleaf truly a former leader to honor? Number 3. Now that Christmas 2020 is gone, what is next? What is considered family in the traditional Liberian setting? You know, since I came to America and I meet with my African American brothers and people, they all with that conception of African family and fathers having many children is basically on a sexual line. You know, there's things African people behave sexually like American people. No, there are two different kind of living. Most African men do not sleep with their women like American men. No too much loving, caressing, no too much. The women have less choice in the sexual affairs, especially in those tribes that practice female genital mutilation. They have no sexual desires. The desire reach a certain point and no more. So it's all a male dominated thing. And for the woman, it's basically to satisfy the man and bear children. So these are the injustices that have been perpetrated in our society to ensure that it is male dominated. Because if a woman's body is deformed to the point she cannot enjoy her body, and only the man she with can have access to the fun and enjoyment of sexual pleasure. Is there equality in that? Is there fairness in that? That is the primary source of ensuring that the society remains culturally male dominant. And women who have gone through this practice for years believe in it and don't want to change it. Why? Because they have dealt with it. Who are these younger people to change that kind of culture? They know that sometimes they wanted to enjoy sex because no matter how much you deform the genitals, there is still some feelings. So they get these urges one or twice, and they never really experience what the full enjoyment of that kind of pleasure is. So that causes a problem in our society. Time and time again. You see? And family, therefore, is patriarchal. No matter how the women try to lead their society and stand up in the society, it's limited. It's limited. They will be only as strong as the family people they got behind them to support them in whatever they want to do. Because there's a limit in male society. A woman can push so far, then the law itself will shut down on her. Then you're wondering what happened with all the women, political women, and running for offices. Why they jailing some of them? Why they shutting some of them down? It's a male-dominated society. And we have not reached a point in our exercise of constitutional democracy where we respect women's rights or we have leaders to ensure that we respect women's rights. No woman can come in Liberian society and change the society. That's why Ellen Johnson said it got corrupt. Because it came to a point with all her Harvard degree, with all the support of the World Bank, with all the outside support, our tradition banned her from doing certain things. It banned her. And once you're not a man, who is a real man, you can't change Liberian tradition or culture. You can't. That's why I look at you and I laugh. All of you in America talking about, we should do this, we should do that. It ain't happening. Only a real Liberian leader can change the culture and tradition of our indigenous people. No foreigner coming to do it. No educated man coming to do it. No, it's a tradition. And if you are not man enough to tell the people and they listen to you, that it's time to change that tradition, it ain't going to be changed. No white law, no war crimes court, nothing will change it. And these are the principles you got to understand about our society. And that's why our family structure is different. Now, if you don't understand our family structure and you spend your years in America learning book, and you come home and think our family structure is like Western family structure, you'll be gravely frustrated, deceived, bamboozled, and run amok. Because we're in our family structure. The only reason Liberian families get strong is because the fathers groom men in the family to take care of the family. And many Liberian families with fathers with children from different mothers, like my father, we are 20, 5 from one family, 2 from one from here, one from there, one from there. It's a problem if that father is a family man and wants to maintain African culture or bring his family together. It's difficult. Because if he's married to a Western woman and he's behaving like that, there will always be conflicts in the family. And I'm using my family as an example because my family is one of the biggest mixed elite families in Liberian society. Now my father died. Within my family, there are 3, 4 separate families. They have separate meetings, decide what they want to do. So when we have family meetings, nobody does what anybody say because each family got their decision they have made aside. Now, here how the family structure works. My father is married. He has 5 children. Our culture is it's not a Christian culture. The masses of our people are indigenous from 16 tribes. The only real Christian group in Liberia are my people and Morocco Liberians. We brought Christianity into Liberia. So we should have a greater grasp of the understanding of Christianity. But our people, when we come into societies like these, we have to follow the bats because that's the history of life. When you come in the town of the bat, you better hang like the bats or you're going to be ostracized. So when our people came to Liberia and were the leaders, our country, our indigenous people brought women to them as tradition demands to be their wives, to maintain the kingdom, to have children, to run the kingdom. Our country is no different than English royalty or Norwegian royalty or any other royalties in the world. It's just that we have been dominated by foreigners for so long, and their ideals of familyhood have been placed upon us, which is a deception. It's a deception. Because they carry on the same thing in America. They carry on the same thing in Britain, but they hide it. Sometimes their family never know about their other children. They deny them the Bill Clinton. You see? But in Africa, we're not allowed to deny our children. You got to accept them. But the problem is, if you marry with your wife, accept your offsprings. Like in my father's family. My father was married. I personally don't care about his property with his wife. I don't want nothing with it. Because before his wife died, she told us we'll never get the property that she had with my father. So why am I fighting those children? Because they have 5 children. When they meet, they make their family decisions. My father appointed me head of a family because although I was alone, I don't play those kind of games. I only listen to my father. My father is all that I know. I don't know nobody else than my father. My brothers and sisters, all of us not the same. We are my father's children, but the fingers are different on the hands. My father was a government official. All the top people in government know my pa wife and my pa children. I'm not a fool. I'm powerful too. But I can't be powerful under my pa people. Because my pa people are elite. And if I got to follow my pa people, I got to follow his wife's children. She's not my mom. I follow only my father. I grew up with them. I live with them. I know their family. But they're not my family. They're their family. And a woman cannot lead the Chesson family. And everybody in Liberia tell me, oh, your sister talking for you. No, my sister don't talk for me. My sister talks for her and her Liberian people. I talk for me and my Liberian people. I don't follow nobody. My family owns Liberia. Both families, my pa and my mom. So I don't have to follow my pa family. I only want what my father owned and nothing else. And that's why when I go home, I'm going to close my father's estate. Because we cannot punish each other like this. I cannot live under my father's family shadow and forget who I am. I have a mother who has a family on her own. And that was the family that raised me. I can't forget them. But my mother doesn't know that you got to talk to your children. You can't come and assume that you know what's happening in your children's lives. You can't. And I've suffered for many years with my mom thinking that I love my pa children more than her children. I don't. But I ain't placing nobody's children in front of me. I ain't. I ain't letting my mom place her children, nor did my pa place his children in front of me. My pa knew better because I was the only son that challenged my pa. When he was wrong, I told him he was wrong. I didn't care whether he put me in jail or flunk me. You wrong, you wrong. That's why I went to school for. Not to follow my father when I know his behavior is harmful to me and my people. No. My father sent me to school to get knowledge and wisdom so that I can advise him. So if I be on his side, I can tell him what's right and wrong. And these are the kind of people our traditional fathers leave as head of their families. Any Liberian family with many children and one father that is still united, strong, and successful is because there is one person in that family who the father left the family to and he knew would care for all the children. Our fathers don't leave their family with just anybody. Go read your Bible. Read the Old Testament. When all the fathers were dying, they blessed one child to take over. And they always were careful how to choose their child. My father saw I was prepared for the future of Liberia because he knew Liberia had changed. Liberia was a military country now. We are going through the Rush riot. Joba family still wanted to control Liberia with all other Liberians. And my father knew that the time was short. So he called me. Not because of anything else, but the profession I chose. I chose to be a warrior. And the first day my father saw me in my uniform, my father couldn't speak. He jerked. He said, "This what you like?" I said, "Yes." My father couldn't speak because he knew he had one son prepared for the challenges of the future of Liberia. So he left his family with me. And that plus the fact that I wasn't taking anything from him that wasn't right and true. I would put him in his place. That's my father. I went to school and got educated to take over my country, not only my father's family, my country. That's why I was trained for all my life to rule Liberia. So all of us have roles. And if you don't understand the role of your family and what is good for your family, there can only be one family. There cannot be two, three, four families in one family. No, it will never work. It will never work. And sometimes people have to step away from the craziness and the madness and the stupidity and the dumbness to save their own lives. All I want to do is live my own life. Don't associate me with my pa. Don't associate me with my mom. Associate me with people who listen to me, who are ready to rise and work like damn dogs to free our country, to lift the flag of the Liberia Republic higher than ever before. My mom can't do it. My pa didn't do it. I am blessed with the ability to teach my people and conscientize them to the awareness of the fact that we are masters of our own destiny. We are masters of our own future. And if we cannot breed leaders to stand up like men and women for the Republic of Liberia and depend on ma and pa and family and all of that, our country will perish because our families have failed the Liberian Republic. Our families have no concept of familyhood except those who have strong men in their family to unite the family with the consciousness that there cannot be families within a family. So we have to be conscious of our Liberian family. And if we keep desiring to have our tradition as the focal point of our familyhood, then we have to breed leaders who care about our family. Look at the Blamo family. Look at the our Conner family in Liberia there who fighting for the three missing children. Now they have all compromised themselves. One group of the family blaming the other family for taking money, and the other group of family just sitting there, nobody getting up to talk no more since they shut them down during the riots. And this is the conflicts we go through with families. When every time we got family and something happen, some people agree, some people don't agree. Why? Because of grievances in the family. Past grievances. Past grievances. Not like I'm talking, all these officials in my country know me, but because of greed and wanting to be with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her part of the family, they would stab me in the back. I know all you people. I know all your families. And if I don't punish you, Jesus Christ will punish you and your families. Because I am second to nobody in my power family. And you better pay attention to me. Because when I talk, I am the man in the Chesson family. And you'll be punished for your acts of deception, lies, evil, and treachery against Joseph J.F. Chesson Sr. I rest my case. Is my Ellen Johnson Sirleaf truly a former leader to honor? Hell no. My Ellen Johnson Sirleaf needs to be charged, tried, and sentenced to prison for her evil acts against Liberia and Liberian people. This woman cannot cause the deaths of our fathers, the leaders of the First Republic of Liberia, in such an inhumane and wicked manner, then come back with armed forces and Charles Taylor, another criminal, heartless and evil man, even under Sammy Doe, to come back and take over our country by force of arms and say she's the savior of Liberia? She's a peaceful woman. Everything to be first in everything in the world, in Africa. And you think you will live without honor for killing our fathers, charging them with nepotism, corruption, rampant corruption, evil. Then you come and do worse than them, put your whole family over our country, deplete our resources, a Harvard graduate woman, an elite educated woman, World Bank sponsored, agent, traitor, useless Liberian mulatto, come and take our country after you robbed it with your family, your cat eyes family and children. You take our country and give it to a dummy, to a criminal, to a footballer. And you know, Liberian footballer who have been educated cannot excel in our society to the leadership of our government and people. Are you crazy, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? You must be crazy or just stupid with power and arrogance and your family thoughts of being leaders and owners of Liberia. That will end. Nobody owns Liberia, not even you crooked criminals. So we have to set our country right. We have to pull all these criminals that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf put in our government, have running all over the world, talking about it, building our people and building our women. And yet our women today, under this useless criminal and Fala, Thomas Fala, and people sitting our people on the ground still like they're children. While I see Liberian people sitting on the ground, looking up to these useless criminals and dogs, calling themselves leaders of Liberia. It makes tears come down my eyes. They steal our money. build schools and things, but they don't have the decency to take our people off the ground and put them in chairs. Not even bed, chairs to listen to them talk. They let our people sit on the ground like dogs, not even children, and stand over them, akimbo, and tell our people they're giving them rice and things as handouts. When I see that kind of thing, I won't flock those people. Why you got to show disrespect and inhumanity to our people to feed them, to give them Christmas? They got to sit on the ground and look up to you like a dummy. That's the ignorance that the people bring to my people that hurt me so mad when I talk about nativism and traitors and native educated people who don't mean nothing for the people. Then you'll say, Chesson hit you. Yet when I see my people sitting on the ground in the dirt, when these leaders of our country should know better, you calling our people, you can't have chairs even for the women to sit down. The men can stand up. But for our women, I see my women sitting on the ground, then this is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. This is the evil that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf brought to our country. Because she failed our people. She knew that no woman could lead an African nation unless and until she had strong men of moral standing behind. But you got Vonnie Sherman, Philip Banks, all these weak people. Johnny Lewis, all these weak people behind you. Then you go and appoint a useless president. You got Borka, Benana Ure, Alec Cummings. Those are not men to stand up and tell Alec Johnson Sirleaf, stop your shenanigans. What do people would do? They don't even know as much as Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They sit there, the woman disgrace them, show them that you are native people and you can't lead Liberian people, cross their party line, took a dummy who's another dummy just like them, and introduce him to the world and told them these are the dummies I want. They will keep your money coming. They will keep your ripping off Liberia. They will keep your stealing endlessly. These are the people. Take this dummy. And they took the dummy. Then Walker still sitting there, don't know how to lead the country, calling Ellen Johnson back into his party to advise to useless native men in the Unity Party. Yeah, these the people I must submit myself to as leaders of the Republic of Liberia. This the Walker you're talking about, Maleed Rodney Chesson. These people are not capable. They are not men enough. Better not you, my cousin, I went home. I've been lawyer before they even thought of doing anything. He called me a foolish man. That man for me to serve under, are they useless, boy? That they useless man that mean for to step under that ignorant man, calling himself my cousin? That's somebody for me to serve under? Elliot Cummings? Stay under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf with her corruption. All those years he said nothing. Then now he accusing George Weah of corruption. That's another man for me to follow. I quicker try my luck with Darius Dillon than any of these dummies. That's why I'm telling Darius Dillon, you better watch your step. You fall in the same trap, nobody will come to support you. Except the gravest seekers. The gravest seekers will come because they're all standing by waiting to come to you. But I'm telling you, you better watch your steps because you ain't going nowhere. If you mess up and the Tony Commander, J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson, is watching you, I ain't want no job in your governments. I pray every day that Jesus Christ will give me my own financial stability. And I will not need nothing from the government of Liberia nor its people. But I will stay and ensure that my country is a constitutional, democratic nation run by men of honesty, trustworthiness, dignity, and above all, fear of God. I want no job. I have come to the conclusion that serving in my country is not in my best interest. My people have no consciousness of what they want in their lives. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her children are the best choices for you and the rest of my people right now. Attorney Commander J. Rodney Chesson is conscious, in particular, about his own life. And no useless people gonna kill me that they killed my pa. Now that Christmas 2020 is gone, what is next? What is next? Next week? This week? Yeah, the next week. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is the next week. What changes will behold Liberia and Liberian people before 2021, next Friday? Will there be electricity in our country? Will there be good running water? Will there be money in the banks? Will Liberian people be paid for the months they have not been paid for? Will our country be jubilant and revived by January 1, 2021? If you think so, I just tell you, shit. You're sleeping. You're dreaming. We are going into 2021 just as bad as we left 2020. Our lives will not change. It didn't change before 2021. Why would it change in 2021 when we got a playboy that has been banned from Ghana, except it is for official visit? Our president, our nation, cannot be slipping into another country unofficially to visit his girlfriend and sleep there for the weekend and things and expect it to be kept quiet when the masses of the people in the neighborhood know that George Weah is in Ghana with Jackie Appiah sleeping in the bed, and the government knows about it. It cannot talk. This is not diplomacy. This is the life of a private playboy. A president of a country cannot slip into another country to visit his girlfriend for the weekend and remain silent and quiet. It cannot be. How you think all of us know now that George Weah is loving to Jackie Appiah? How you think all of us know now that he went to Ivory Coast and sent for her to come to Ivory Coast, and instead of doing his one-day visit and come back to a poor country, he stayed in Ivory Coast to be with Jackie Appiah in a hotel, romancing while the Liberian people suffering, taking our money to live in opulence when he's a poor church rat from the slums, taking our money to build mansions, taking our money to give to rogues and thieves like Tamafala to build schools, and Prince Johnson to build church and divide the people in Nimba over stupidity. Now Nimba County, Bombing County, Magibi County, have unrest, have lawlessness, have criminality, have useless criminal leaders of the Republic of Liberia roaming around trying to change our election results. Who are Liberian people today? I don't know you. I don't want to know you. I don't want to lead you. I want Jesus Christ to empower me to teach you dummies. You are all dummies, and I can't join any political group, any organization, any society, anything that is Liberia. My life will be in danger. I will be betrayed and killed by my grandfather. What is next for Liberia? My class is done. Have a good day.